So are you writing?
Yes, sir.
Any two-terminal linear network containing sources and impedances can be replaced with an equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source in series with an impedance. Okay, have you written this? Now where you have written voltage source, within bracket you just write, within first bracket you just write V suffix TH. V suffix TH. And where you have written the impedance, in bracket you just write Z suffix, capital Z suffix TH. Capital Z suffix TH. These two things you have to write. Okay. Now the next, this is the first sentence of this theorem. The second sentence you just write the value of VTH, the value of VTH is the open circuit voltage, between the terminals of the network. Between the terminals of the network. And ZTH is the impedance between the terminals of the network with all sources kept off. With all sources kept off. Now, what do you mean by sources are keeping off? So that I have already mentioned during the superposition theorem. Now, in superposition theorem, we was considering one source and keeping other sources off. So here, remember when we would calculate ZTH, then we have to off all the sources. We have to keep off all the sources. Now, what do you mean by keeping off all the sources? Can anybody tell me that? Anyone?
The voltage source should be short circuited and the current source should be open circuited and kept open.
Okay. Anybody else? Want to add something with this? আর কেউ কিছু এর সাথে অ্যাড করতে চাও? So in the last class I discussed a problem at the end. If you can remember that,
Okay, if it is the independent source, then it will happen.
so that
That I have
is
told
valid for
if
independent
those
source.
sources are independent.
Okay, so you have to mention that
Yes, sir.
independent sources, independent voltage sources should be shorted with their internal resistance, because you have to keep the internal resistance, you cannot make it zero. If it is not explicitly mentioned, then only you can keep the value zero, otherwise you have to keep the resistance. Okay, so this VTH is called the Thevenin voltage. And this is called the Thevenin impedance. Now, what is stated in that theorem? Okay, suppose we have a complicated network. It's a complex network. So there are several impedances. Okay, several this thing, voltage sources, current sources, etc., etc. So there are so many things arbitrary. So anything like this, like this, like this. Okay. Now, suppose it has been asked for a problem that suppose you find out the current through this resistance. Suppose this is mentioned R, and you have to find out the current through this resistance. Now, what is the technique that is given by the Thevenin theorem? What you have to do to find out this? The technique is first you have to remove this one. You have to remove this resistance. The R for the time being you have to remove. And you have to identify these two terminals, suppose A and B. These are the two terminals which is mentioned in the theorem. So in the theorem, from the beginning itself, it is saying that any two terminal linear network. Okay, so the network should be two terminal. And why it is linear, that I mentioned during the superposition theorem. What do you mean by the linear network? Linear system, linear circuit. That I mentioned during the superposition theorem. So that is one condition. Another condition, it should have two terminals and it should have impedances and voltages. Got it? Now, as per the theorem, if we consider these two are the two terminals, we will pack rest of the circuit into a black box. So this will be our black box. Okay, so we have only two terminals here and rest of the circuit is packed within a box. I don't know what is there inside. Got it? Now what you have to do, as per the theorem, this black box circuit, whatever they are inside, can be represented by a voltage source and a resistance in series or impedance, whatever. Okay, got it. And this voltage source will be called VTH, and this impedance will be called ZTH. So that is the representation of the first statement of the theorem, or the first sentence of the theorem. So that means the network should be linear and two terminal and should contain multiple voltage sources, current sources, impedances, resistances, etc. Now first we have to remove, and you have to identify the two terminal network first, and the rest of the circuit should be considered in a black box, and that black box can be represented by a voltage source, rather independent voltage source, and an impedance in series with it. Got it? So this is the representation of the first part of the theorem. Now, how then we can represent like this? Now, how we can determine VTH and how we can determine ZTH, that is the Thevenin voltage and Thevenin impedance. How we will determine that? That is mentioned in the rest of the theorem. Now, what is VTH? How we can measure that? In the theorem, it is stated that the VTH is the equivalent voltage across these two terminals. Okay, VTH will be the equivalent voltage across these two terminals. That means we have to measure again the voltage across VA and B. Okay, and as we have already opened the resistance, as we have already removed the resistance or impedance from there, so it will be called the open circuit voltage. So this already we have made open circuited, OC, open circuited. Already we have made it open circuited. Okay, so therefore VTH is the open circuit voltage between A and B. That means between those two terminals. Practically, it is very easy. In the practical circuits, what we'll do, we'll remove the resistance, and by a voltmeter, we will just measure the voltage over there across A and B. But theoretically, when we have there are several resistance and other elements like voltage source, current source, then we have to use a different techniques to calculate this open circuit voltage or VTH. Now VTH is basically the open circuit voltage between those two terminals, that you should remember. And what is ZTH? ZTH is the equivalent impedance between again those two terminals, but here what you have to do, you have to keep the other sources, all the sources you have to keep off. That means the voltage sources should be short circuited and the current sources should be open circuited. Again, independent voltage source and independent current. So if there are dependent voltage source and dependent current sources, they should be as it is in the circuit. Got it? Any question? Any question? Okay, so if you don't have any, then I will take first a generic problem, then I will go for a numeric problem. Okay, suppose um, okay. Suppose a simple circuit. So I will not enter after 23 minutes. Is it? Okay, Rahul Ghosh, you can just unmute yourself. Rahul Ghosh, who has entered just now. Rahul Ghosh, is he there?
Yes, sir. Sir, I was disconnected, sir.
Sir, he
Go-
had entered at first, but due to some net connections, he had left the meeting.
Sir, he wrote in the group also. Actually,
Yes,
due
sir.
to he lives in a remote area, so the internet problem is there. That's why.
Okay,
So there are more two persons who are also facing net problems, sir. I will mention you in that later on in the chat box, sir, WhatsApp chat box.
okay. Anyway, so let us take a simple circuit, but a general circuit like here we have some voltage, resistance. Let us take in terms of resistance writing R1, I am just writing Z1. Now this is the circuit. Now here what you have to do, the problem is you have to find out the current passing through Z4. Okay, so current passing through Z4. So you'll tell me that this is very easy. We can reduce the circuit by the parallel series method, and we can find out the current by current dividing rule. That I know, but you have to understand the circuit, the theorem. So therefore, I have taken a simple circuit. So how by using the Thevenin's theorem we can find out the current through Z4, that I am going to discuss. Okay. Now, as per the theorem, what you have to do first, you have to remove the Z4 first, or you can just, before removing, you can just mark the terminal of Z4 as the two terminal mentioned in the theorem. So that is A and B. Okay, so these are the two terminals of the circuit. So between these two terminal, you have to find out the equivalent voltage and equivalent impedance. Okay, so therefore, as we have to find out the VThev, and as VThev is the open circuit voltage, so we have to remove the resistance. Then what we have to do, we have to find out the voltage across AB. Now, can anybody tell me that what will be the voltage across AB? What will be the voltage across AB? Anyone? Just quickly, you just
If
tell
the
me.
current in Z1 is I, then E minus IZ1 will be
Okay.
the voltage.
I don't know what is the current, na? You have to find out the current, na? So phi equals to E by Z1 plus Z3. That is the current which you are telling, isn't it? And by the potential
Yes,
dividing
yes.
rule, by voltage dividing rule, so it is Z3 by Z1 plus Z3. Okay. No, it's a current, na? So directly we can do that. We don't have to find out the current. If you find out the current, then you have to subtract as he told, you have to subtract the E minus this current into Z1. So this is one method, and another method, just by potential dividing rule or voltage dividing rule, we can find out this. That is E into Z3 by Z1 plus Z2. Isn't it? So what is the first one giving? The first theorem, first formula, what is giving as a voltage? Open circuit voltage. প্রথমটা কি দিচ্ছে বলো? It is giving this only, na?
Yes, sir.
So this is the open circuit voltage, and as per the formula, that is the Thevenin voltage. Okay, and how to find out the Z-Thev? What you have to do for calculating Z-Thev? Anyone? As per the theorem?
We have to short circuit the that mean I Z1 and Z3 in parallel, and there is two Z3, I think. Yeah.
2Z3.
Z1 and Z3 in parallel, and Z3 plus Z1 into Z3 by Z1 plus Z3.
Okay. Z3 plus Z. Plus means series,
Yes.
and this is the parallel side. So this gives you Z3 plus Z1 plus, sorry, Z1 Z3 by Z1 plus Z. Clear? So this is how you can find out the VThev and ZThev. Okay. Now, how to find out the current then? What is the current in that? What is that?
Thevenin by Z7.
Huh?
V
Now,
by Z, VTH by
no.
ZH.
That is not the current.
Oh, VTH by ZTH plus the resistance
Correct.
which we have omitted.
So that means you have omitted, you have to return it back.
Or that
To
is
calculate.
RAB.
To calculate, you have to again return back the original one here. Isn't it? So here also you have to return back. Now what was that resistor impedance I mentioned initially? এটার নাম কি ছিল? Z4 or Z2? So if it is Z4, then it will be VTH divided by ZTH plus Z4. Okay, so this is how we can find out the current. Is it okay, everyone? Next we'll go for a numerical problem. So if it is okay, then you just solve this. I think you all have calculators with you. So what you have to do, you have to find out the current to I through through 2 ohm resistance, and that is I. So this you have to find out by using Thevenin's theorem. And before that, you have to draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit. Before finding out the current, you have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit as I have drawn in the earlier circuit. Wait first. Here, two circuits you have to draw, one for calculating VTH, another for calculating ZTH. Okay. Now for VT, first we have to identify if this is the current which is asked in the problem. You have to find out this as the two terminal. Okay. And you have to redraw the circuit for Thevenin voltage calculation and for Thevenin resistance calculation or impedance calculation. Got it? So this should be the two terminal A and B. After removing the 2 ohm resistance. How you are calculating? Can you anybody tell me how you are calculating the Thevenin voltage? Which theorem you are using for calculating voltage? Thevenin voltage or open circuit voltage? Okay, so you can go by the simple source transformation. So if I transform the source first, what I will get? Anyone? Quickly tell me, anyone. If I go for the source transformation, what will be the transformation of this combination? কেউ বলতে পারবে না?
Sir, it is 5 ampere current, 2 ohm resistance.
Okay, so this 1 and 2 then in parallel. So how what it will give? 2 by 3, isn't it? So 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1. So it will give you 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 in parallel with 5 ohm. So again, what will be the equivalent voltage source? 2 by 3 in parallel with 5. So it will be 10 by 3, isn't it? So 10 by 3 in series with 2 by 3. And already 1 is there. And here we have 5. And this is 2. Now what will be the current? You just calculate. What is the current in the circuit? Because there is only one loop. তাড়াতাড়ি বলো।
Sir, how did you find that 10 by 3? Can you repeat once?
Which one?
How did you find that 10 by 3? What can you repeat once?
So we have 5 ohm current source in parallel with 2 by 3 ohm resistance. So 5 ampere current source, 5 ampere current source in parallel with 2 by 3 ohm resistance. By source transformation again, we'll get 5 into 2 by
sir, got it. Got it.
Now you just tell me what is the current in the circuit. তাড়াতাড়ি বলো। What is this value? Calculate.
So 5 by 11.
How much it is coming? 5 by
0.4.
5 by 11.
Yes, sir, 0.45.
Okay. So 5 by 11. Anyway, so this is the current, but what you need the voltage across this. How you can easily find out the voltage across this? Okay, so for calculating voltage, this is your negative and this is your positive. So here also, anyway, so this is a positive and this is a negative. You have to move from this end to this end. So that will be your VOC, isn't it? Now here the current is flowing in this way. Okay, now if we move that way, so what will be the voltage? Can anybody tell me? So current will be dropped.
Sir, won't the current be in
বলো। কত হবে বলো? VOC কত হবে? If we move this way, so we'll raise the voltage in 2 ohm as well as we will gain the voltage at 5 ohm. Okay, so 2 into What is the current? Current is 5 by 11 plus 5. Because here both the signs are same for voltage source as well as for the resistance drop, the sign becomes the same. আচ্ছা এটা কি নেগেটিভ ছিল কারেন্টটা দেখো তো
Yes, sir. Current will be in opposite direction.
no, that I am not asking. Whatever the direction I have taken, you have to find out according to that. So when you are calculating 10
Yes,
by
sir.
3,
Yes, sir.
this
So
was negative, na? That you haven't
Yes, sir.
mentioned.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't mentioned that, you will be wrong. So then the negative sign will appear here. যে আমি যে ডিরেকশনই দেখি ধরি কেন কেন আমি যে কোনো ডিরেকশন ধরতে পারি I have to be strict in that convention. Now you calculate this. So ultimately it becomes 5 minus 10 by 11. And how much it is giving? 55 by 11, 45 by 11. So that is the Thevenin voltage. Is it okay? Is it okay for all? Now, if it is okay, then again you have to calculate, you have to draw a circuit for calculating the Thevenin impedance. So this is 1, this is also 1, this is also 1, this is 1. We have already short circuited the voltage sources and we have redrawn the circuit. This is 2. So and these two are the AB terminals. So this circuit we are drawing for calculating the ZTH calculation. Okay, so how we can calculate this? So 1, 1, 2, 2 in parallel with 1 in series with 1 in parallel with have you understood this? How I have written this? As only passive elements are there, so it is very easy to calculate the resistance or impedance. এটা বুঝতে পেরেছো সবাই? So it is 2 by 3 plus 1 parallel to 2. So it is 5 by 3,
11 by
5 by 3 into 2 divided by 5 by 3 into 2. So how much you are getting? How much you are getting? Just tell me. In the numerator it is 10.
10 by 11, sir.
In the denominator it is 11. So both the VTH and ZTH we have found out. Now you have to calculate the I. For calculating I, the formula is VTH ZTH plus Z. Z means what is the value of Z? So this is 45 by 11. This is 10 by 11. And what is the Z value mentioned in the problem? Is it 2? 2 ohm, isn't it?
Yes.
Now if try to calculate this. So 20, 32, 32 and 45. Is it so?
Yes, sir.
How much you are getting? Decimal. So 1 point. Exactly. What is the value?
Sir, 1.40625.
So this is the answer for this problem. So this is how we have to you have to calculate the first you have to draw the okay. So here one more thing we have to draw that I missed, that the equivalent circuit you have to draw. So that means here you have to draw like this. VTH, here you have to write VTH equals to 45 by 11 volt. ZTH equals to 10 by 11 ohm. Here you have to write AB once again because these are the two terminals. And here you have to, here you can draw a box like this because it's the Thevenin black box. And this is the resistance that is 2 ohm. So at the end you have to draw because that has been asked in the question that you have to draw the Thevenin equivalent circuit also. Now got it?
Yes, sir.
Next you have to okay, so what you have to do, you have to practice the problem. Though I have not provided any problem sheet yet, but I have already discussed a few problems while I was discussing superposition theorem and mesh current analysis. You can take those problems for solving Thevenin's theorem, and you can take these circuits for solving by superposition as well as the mesh current techniques. So this is how you can get several problems. Or if you have some books from there also, you can solve the problems. But you have to keep on practicing solving problems.
Sir,
Yes.
hello, sir.
Bolo.
I have a request, sir. So the thing is that this subject is a little hard for me. So at the first time when I'm doing in class, now it is not easy to understand everything. But the classes of which you have uploaded the videos of, those are very helpful to revise and understand. So would you mind uploading the videos of the previous classes? Because you see, since my last class I couldn't understand it well now, and since you haven't uploaded its video, so I was not able to understand much of everything you are taught in this class.
No, for the last
Sir,
class I
If you
yes,
upload the
sir.
videos, now, sir, then I would be able to
Yes, sir. This will
revise
be sir
better.
very helpful, sir.
no for the
Sir,
last
it
class
is
also.
same with every subject, sir. Not
No.
just
For
this.
last class also I have uploaded the video, no?
Sir,
No,
that
sir, it
was
was
the
not
third one.
uploaded.
No, sir, you not.
Up to what was the last class? It was
Third
a-
class,
Sir,
sir.
fourth lecture is pending, sir. Fourth
Okay,
lecture
okay,
is pending.
Yes, sir.
okay.
Fourth lecture is pending. You have
Yes,
given the third lecture.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I have given up to third lecture, huh? So you didn't remind
Yes,
me.
yes,
sir.
sir. So it was not easy to revise, and therefore I was not able to understand the classes that way. But sir, if you give the videos, then it will be easy to understand from the next
Okay,
class.
that's okay, but once thing you have to remember that if it is a it were a physical class, okay, physical mode of class, then that facility will not be there, na? So you have to prepare for that also. But every subject you have to learn first time. So what you have to do, you have to have more concentration in the online class itself, so that you can grasp more and
Yes,
more
sir.
in the class itself. So that is the tradition of engineering subjects. Okay, because in each semester you have to study 6 theoretical subjects and 4 sessional subjects. So it is not possible every time to study all this in offline in detail. Okay, when you are attending the class, from the class itself, you have to grasp most of the things, and therefore we ask you to be equipped with all the things, that is calculators and all, so that you can run with the class. You have to run with the class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
Understood.
so that facility, that as this facility is already there, so I am using that. So definitely I forgot to upload the last lecture, so I definitely in next 2-3 days I will upload both the videos. No issue.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for
Just from next class onwards, sir, I will be up to date. No problem.
anyway. So next we'll go for the maximum power transfer theorem. So I think you have understood this Thevenin theorem, and this Thevenin theorem will be required very much for understanding the maximum power transfer theorem. And one more thing you require for maximum power transfer theorem is that how to find out the maximum value of a function, a dependent function. Okay, so all these things we have to remember first. Now, first I will tell you what is that. You have to write down. Before that, I am just writing it: maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power transfer theorem. You just write down it. Maximum power will be delivered by a network. Maximum power will be delivered by a network to an impedance ZL, to an impedance Z suffix L. I am repeating. Maximum power will be delivered by a network to an impedance ZL if the impedance ZL, impedance comma ZL, is the complex conjugate of the impedance Z. If the impedance ZL is the complex conjugate of the impedance Z, not Z, if it is ZI, you just write ZI. Have you written? Complex conjugate of the impedance ZI of the network. Comma. Measured measured looking back into the terminals of the network. Measured looking back into the terminals of the network. Now, can anybody tell me that here something is mentioned like ZI? What is this ZI actually? If you read the theorem once again, then you will just find out the ZL should be equals to or complex conjugate of ZI. You know what is ZI? It is called the internal impedance of the circuit or the network. Okay, so let us take this. Now again we have two terminals. Okay, and we have some impedance ZL. Okay, now in the theorem, it is given that the power consumption by ZL. So how would you get the power consumption by ZL? What do you mean by power consumed by ZL? Do you know that? Do you have any idea of power? Expression of power?
Voltage into current.
Voltage into current, okay. But if we don't know the voltage or current, any one of the variable you know, then what you will do?
So it can be calculated by the heating effect of the
What is
resistor
that?
by something impedance.
Okay.
But that is active power, but reactive power we can.
Anyway, so I am just discussing that in later. Okay, so here in the problem it is mentioned that so ZL will be equal to the internal, that means internal ZI is there, and suppose some voltage source is there. So basically ZI means the Z Thevenin. That's all. So here network equivalent internal impedance বলেছে ZI. So that is ZI is nothing but ZTH only. And VI is nothing but VTH only. Now the condition for the maximum power through dissipated through ZL will be, what is the condition? Condition should be ZL equals to ZI conjugate. That means what? Suppose ZL, if I split it, as it is a complex number because it's an impedance, so it is like this, and ZI we can write Ri plus J. J means the imaginary number, root over minus 1. So this is Xi. Okay, so what do you mean by, what do you getting from these equations? These are not equal actually. The equality should be like this, isn't it? That means RL should be Ri. Complex number equality means there are two real number equalities are there. Okay, so remember in case of DC, if in the question paper it is explicitly mentioned that you have to say that you have to write down the theorem for maximum power transfer theorem only for DC, then you just write resistance instead of impedance, and you don't write the complex conjugate term, because complex conjugate term will come for impedance only. Got my point or not? যদি বলে কোয়েশ্চেনে যদি আমাকে এক্সপ্লিসিটলি মেনশন করে দেয় যে ম্যাক্সিমাম পাওয়ার ট্রান্সফার থিওরেম ফর ডিসি, then what you have to, how you will write the theorem? Maximum power transfer will be delivered by a network to a resistance Z, instead of ZL you have to write RL if the resistance of if the resistance RL is equal to the internal resistance Ri of the network. এরকম ভাবে লিখতে হবে। Got it? কারণ সেখানে তো x এর কনসেপ্ট নেই। In case of DC you don't have any XL or XI or any complex conjugate thing, because in case of DC network only you have the resistances, no reactances. So instead of impedance you have to use resistance over there. Instead of ZL you have to write RL, instead of ZI you have to write RI, and there only this condition is valid. This is only valid for DC, because in DC you don't have any reactance. Got my point? বুঝতে পেরেছো আমি কি বলছি? যদি আমাকে ডিসি বলে, then what you have to write? You have to write RI AB, and here you have to draw RL, and the condition will be only RL equals to RI. So that you have to write in the statement. Now the question is how you will find this. The power, active power, is given by I square into R. This is the power. So here, as we are measuring the power across or power consumed by the RL, so it is I square RL. So that is the power consumed. Now you have to find out the condition for maximum value of this P0 as a function of resistance. Got my point? তো সেটার জন্য আমাকে কি করতে হবে? What I should do for that? So we have to find out I for this circuit. What is I for this circuit? Anybody? What is I for this circuit? For this circuit, what is I? Quick.
VI by RI plus RL.
RL. So this square into RL. Now here basically your P0 is a function of RL, na? So you have to differentiate this. What you will get? Quickly do it and tell me. এই ডিফারেন্সিয়েশনটা করে ফেলো and make it 0, because that will give you optimum points. Are you doing? Quickly tell me that what are the conditions you are getting.
Ri equal to RL.
Okay, so you are getting basically what is mentioned in the theorem. So theorem is telling that RL should be Ri for the maximum power. So here also you are getting the same condition. So this is how we can prove the maximum power transfer theorem, but only for DC. Now I am just giving you this as a home task that you prove the same theorem for AC. Remember, for AC you have to prove this as well. Along with RL equals to Ri, you have also to prove that XL equals to minus Xi, or in other term, ZL equals to Zi conjugate. So this is your home task. You have to show me in the next class. But for DC only, this is the condition. RL equals to RL.
So we get a quadratic in RL.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. RL equals to RI. It will be the final result when we solve it.
Okay. Now, one more thing, that this is the condition. Ma, what is the actual power? P max. How we can calculate that? So P max is again VI by RI. RI equals to RL. Again, one more RL already is there, equals to RL. So what you will get? VI by 4 RL. So this is the maximum power which will be dissipated across the load.
Sir, VI square by 4RL.
Correct. I missed that. So VI square by 4RL. Now this is the power, maximum power, which is dissipated across the load resistance RL. Now what is the total power given by the source? Total power কতটা? Total power PI, total input power. What is the total power? Tell me. I square into Ri plus RL, তাই না? That is V square
By 2 RL.
Ri plus RL. Now Pi equals to Vi square by 2 RL. Now if that is the case, now you tell me what is the efficiency in this condition? Efficiency in the maximum power condition. Max P condition, what is the
50%.
Huh?
50%.
Sorry. Only the 50%. That means very poor efficiency you will get if you want maximum power. That is the maximum power condition actually giving you very low efficiency. That you have to remember. So anyway, so I will stop here for today, and we'll continue in the next class with some numerical problem on maximum power transfer theorem. and I've given some homework, and also I will discuss some aspects of power, because all of you don't know what are the different powers, because in our electrical we don't have only this active power, we have other powers as well. What are the definition for other powers, and what are the practical or physical significance of those powers, that I will discuss in the next class. So anyway, I'm stopping here. If you have any question, you can ask me, or we'll wrap up for anything you want to ask.